Hi Leo, this is going to be your archetype reading. How I will do this is I'll pull an archetype card and it will be the current energy that you are displaying, or basically a persona, your archetype that you're currently embodying. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising. Now how I've come to do Leo's reading is I've rolled the dice, and I also have the numbers dice, and the number that come out was 10. So this could be in your 10th house, and your 10th house is all to do with career, your public persona. So it doesn't have to be your 10th house. If you have got Leo in your 10th house, then it could be very much applicable to you. Not all readings are going to resonate with every Leo, but take what you can from it, and I'll be intuitively channeling the messages needed, and then following up with the tarot. So let's begin. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. What is the current archetype that they are embodying at present? Okay, we've got the riddle. Okay, so the riddle is very much about the path that you're wanting to take, what you're destined for, the acknowledgement of past learnings, past experiences that have led you to have those experiences, and it's also very much tied in with how you've learnt from them and how you move forward in other endeavours. Now, you may be at a crossroads at the moment, you may be getting signs, you may have this familiar feeling that something that you've done previously is trying to warn you or trying to guide you in some way or another. I was going to read from the book with that one, but I mean that's just a rundown, a brief rundown of the riddle itself. So basically you could be at a standstill at the moment, and you're getting an influx of signs that are telling you these things that you've come across in the past that you need to be aware of. They're guiding you for the right reasons, especially it's up to you now to make the right decision for whatever endeavour. Now, if it is to do with the 10th house and it is to do with career, that could be where you're at the moment. You might be moving jobs and really not too sure if you should, or how you want to display your career itself to the public, and if it's right for you, basically. So let's have a look, and I will be doing a Celtic cross, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. What does Leo need to know about the riddle archetype that they're currently embodying? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. What is the current circumstances for Leo, please? Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles. You could have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in your chart. This is very much to do with the material realm. This is somebody that's nurturing, loving, understanding. At the point where this may be at present is making the right decision for your emotional fulfillment as well. You may be investing in a new project as well that is kind of leaving you a little bit confused about how to address certain areas where you may be unfamiliar with. There is a need for you to stay grounded in this approach, stay realistic, but also take that next step into the unknown, because then it's a new experience for yourself as well. Alright, let's have a look. Yeah, underneath we've got the Eight of Pentacles, so this would be very much to do with your work. We have the Hierophant that's crossing or complementing. So this is spiritual growth in itself. If you could be moving into a new endeavour or foundation where rules apply to your life now. You could have been a freelancer or somebody that is just taking every day as it comes, and now you're moving into a more structured lifestyle. Now, these signs that you may be getting, these feelings that you may be getting, are very much there for you to take note of, and realistically make the right decision based on yourself. Yeah, I mean, the hangman underneath is all about perspective. It's all about looking at things in different objectives and different ways, perceptive. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah. Let's have a look at what's hidden but will surface. Okay, so there's victory to come of what decision, whatever decision you make. Now, listen to that gut instinct, because there is a real calling, a real need for you to really delve into that instinct. This is looking great. This is a card of victory. This is also a card of joy and fulfillment. So if you are looking to go into a more spiritual destiny, or if you're looking to structure yourself in a more realistic approach in your life, in your career, then this is what's hidden but will surface. You will have victory over your destiny. So you will master that goal that you might have in mind. You may be feeling a little bit uneasy about the choices that are set out in front of you, and that's because it's unfamiliar territory, but there's a familiar feeling that's coming up in your life where you are trying to understand its value and what it's trying to tell you. The High Priestess is underneath for that card, so it's your intuition, like I said, that gut instinct. Your inner wisdom is telling you what answer to look for. You do not ignore your instincts, do not ignore your intuition. Those signs are there for a reason. The Page of Swords is coming out for your past that's still influencing the present. So you're still undecided, you're still looking at different ways of approaching the situation. I'm feeling very much in the career aspect. However, if it is in other areas, then apply it where you need to. But the Page of Swords is somebody that is very much mastering how to move through life with the mentality that's right for that moment. So I'm going to clarify that one as well anyway, because you're not underneath. We have the Eight of Swords, so you may be thinking too much with your head and not with your heart as well. There could be a need for you to balance that out, very much so, because the feelings that you're getting, I feel like you're overriding and you're only looking at it on a mental level instead of actually going with what you feel. So I'll clarify that in a minute. What's the best that Leo can expect in this situation? Okay. The Eight of Cups. Yeah, see, I feel like you're still going to ignore the emotional impact that these feelings, these signs are having over you, and you're going to go with your mental drive side of things, using your head, which is all good and well, but there is an emotional impact that this will have on you later on in life, I'm being told. So there is a need for you not to ignore that, and really balance out those two aspects of your psyche. So I'm going to just put this one as well. Yeah, so going within and finding, this is your next move. So going within, finding that inner guidance and that inner light that makes you feel fulfilled in whatever you're focusing on. So if it's something that you feel is your goal or your destiny, and this is the path that you're on, you may be weighed up with decisions regarding materialism against spiritual growth side of things. So really take note of that. And I actually happen to see 909, and the card is number 9 as well. So I feel like that's of importance. There might be a chapter that you're actually closing out at this present stage, because of the wisdom that you've gained through the experience over time. This is like the card that's like the pre-magic card, basically, is what I'm being told. So use that wisdom to define your answer and objective based upon those experiences, but also go with that inner light, that inner feeling, because there's a real need for you to have a look at where you've come are you going backwards or are you going forward, and how are you going forward? Are you going forward in the material side of things? Because if that's already balanced in the past, you won't feel fulfilled. If it is to do with spiritual, a spiritual sense, then you may need to sort of follow that inner guidance and light, and just balance out that need for feeling like material things are a necessity or higher pay or whatnot. But there is a need for you to understand those little signs that you're being given are being given to you for a reason. Okay. How you see yourself as the Queen of Wands. So within your power, that is a good thing. You have the power to make the right decision as well. The Queen of Wands can be this is very much your card, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be female or male, but I could be very much resonating with the feminines out there that are at that crossroads at the moment, and they're like trying to divulge into their feminine power itself. And I'm feeling like it's in a spiritual sense, but you're trying to maintain that goal and stay stabilised in the material sense as well. So, environment, the King of Cups. So it could be very much a decision that has largely influenced you from external forces, or somebody that is very, very deeply connected to you on a soulful and emotional level. This person may not show a lot of enthusiasm towards the goals that you've had in prior times. However, there is love there. The King of Cups definitely represents love and emotion. We've got two queens here, but I'm feeling like one is a persona and the other one is yourself. And together they're a spiritual aspect of one person. So, so that's in your environment. There is somebody in your environment that I feel like is making headstrong rules for you to sort of guide, for you to follow the guidance of. They have an emotional impact on you, and like the chemistry between these two is very dominant and very powerful, and that is what's sort of guiding you. So you are sort of leading with your heart, but it could be for the objective of somebody else's reason as well, so just be careful of that. Okay, so hopes and dreams is the Wheel of Fortune, which is fantastic. It is to do with your destiny. You are destined to have this road paved for you, but you need to make the right decision for yourself before any other aspect of your life, including other people. Alright, and the outcome is the Seven of Pentacles. So you could be taking your time to make that adjustment. And I feel like the universe is trying to tell you that that decision, whatever you make, needs to be made with a wholehearted sense. Because I feel like you're going to be falling behind in a sense of where you're supposed to be, where you're guiding, where you're being guided to. I feel like you're ignoring where you're being guided to. So really have a look at what choices you are making in your everyday life to suit others. But mainly it needs to be suited to yourself, because the universe will come back with hey, this isn't right for you. And it will start putting obstacles in the way, which will become annoyances, because they're ones that you've already done, they're already lessons that you've learned. And you'll get frustrated and you'll wonder why, but then you also know deep down inside that those were the things that were being shown to you from the start. So be aware of that. Okay, yeah. See, we've got two eights that sort of end the reading. We've got, sorry, that's the Seven of Pentacles, my bad. I wonder why I was thinking 8. Interesting. Oh, maybe before it was the Eight of Pentacles, but anyway, the Eight of Cups is about spiritual journey. It's about setting off and actually making that fulfillment happen for yourself and your spiritual quest. This has been a long time coming. It's also going to be a lot longer if you don't make the right decision. Now you've been shown the signs. You need to take note of those things and make the right decision for yourself. Nobody else should matter in this instance, especially when it comes to the next part of your life where you are delving into a real spiritual growth and upping or upgrading to consciousness-wise into that fifth dimensional sort of aspect, where you're seeing a lot more things that are no longer fulfilling you, and also things that are really enriching that soul level that you need to sort of be on, because you're watching this reading for a reason, and people that watch these kind of readings are very much 9 times out of 10 going to be on a spiritual quest. and I've just seen 1444, so, and I've been saying 4444 lately. But yeah, so this is very much need to make that right decision in your path at the moment, especially with the 10th house. Like I said, it's that public persona, but it's also to do with your career. So you are at a crossroads. There might be external forces that are having a lot of impact on your everyday decision making. But just stay grounded, focused, and remember that you yourself are the master of your own destiny. So you need to make those decisions based upon you, nobody else. Okay, actually I might do a healing mantra before I close the reading. Okay, what is Leo 7 arriving me to heal? What is the affirmation? Okay, my heart will love again. Okay, so it could be very much, so it's healing a heartbreak. You may be giving your all to a subject or a situation or a person or whatever applies, where you're forgetting all the rules that you've made for yourself to strategically guide you into the right direction for yourself, and then along comes the Prince Charming, or along comes the person that has just swept you off your feet, and all of a sudden you've forgotten everything, and it's just sort of like coming backwards to a place that is feeling like unfulfilled, unsettling, and all around it's just not feeling like a very comfortable place to be. Even though you may be in a comfort zone, your soul and your growth itself is telling you it's not comfortable. We've been here, done that. We don't need to be in that comfort zone anymore. It's time to venture on and try and experience new things necessary for my growth in a spiritual as well as physical material sense. But mainly for that spiritual growth itself. So there is a need for you to really adjust your thinking again and start looking at the possibilities for your future endeavours, especially in spiritual growth. So that's all I have for you, Leo. Please like, share and subscribe. Not all readings will resonate, please just remember that. And I hope to talk soon.